101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting. You're welcome to the stadium. If you're listening to us on terrestrial radio, this is 101.1 FM, Human Rights Radio, located at number 1184 Kaura District, close to Games Village, close to Area 1, close to Galadimawa roundabout, close to the National Stadium itself. But the difference is that this is a bigger stadium because this is a 101.1 million capacity stadium. My name is Ted. And of course, we streamed live on 3 pages on Facebook. You can search for Human Rights Radio on Facebook, you find us. On YouTube, you find us. On Instagram, on Twitch, on Periscope. And on Twitter, you find us live. We're redefining broadcasting, so we give you access to make sure you have every opportunity. Of course, you can also download our apps in Google Play Store. Search for Human Rights Radio, and you're right there, wherever you are. If you're not in town and you think you can only get to us on our local terrestrial radio, no, you can actually be part of this program and listen to us and watch us live anywhere you are. My name is Ted, and you know I don't do this alone. It's a full house. The reason why the house is full today is because there's some angry Liverpool fans here, some supporters of Real Madrid, and if I will have different shapes of people in the studio here. But first of all, let me welcome Oga Aminu Ibrahim himself, who is here. His predictions, I don't know whether they have come true or not, but of course, according to the ordinary president and executive media strategists of Human Rights Radio, because I use him words, borrow them, make I not use him out to chop on here. Oga Aminu, good evening.
Good evening, Ted.
How's it been?
Yeah, it's okay. We thank God.
Did the results you expected getting yesterday?
Yeah, that was what we predicted. Yesterday, I and D won.
Yes.
That was what we said. That Liverpool are going to take them.
And they took them.
Bucci now said no, that he's going with the underdog. And he went down with the underdogs.
And the underdogs ready to put him under.
Yes.
We also have Bucci here in the studio. Bucci, defend yourself. Good evening. Bucci. So all the noise you made yesterday, I listened to it. Look, what happened?
You people forget that there are 2 legs to this thing.
Uh-huh.
There are 2 legs. And this is the same thing Barcelona did.
Expected.
The first leg, they humbled Roma. The second leg, Roma came back and surprised. I'm just saying.
So you think Roma will still take them?
They can take them, period. They
Happy
can.
Mary doesn't
Yes.
seem to agree with you. Happy Mary, good evening.
Good evening, Ted.
Yes, how's been your day?
Beautiful.
Before we came on air, you were like, Bucci, what you're saying, you don't understand what you're saying.
Like, I'm just angry, self.
What's the problem?
How will you say Roma will beat Liverpool? Sure? What's that?
So you don't expect that result to turn around?
At all.
Okay.
Like, if they can beat them 5-2 in their own house, imagine they know that Liverpool, they don't joke when it comes to Champions League. They can, relax when it comes to Premier
League, yes.
But when it comes to Champions League, they are always on their A game. And Mohamed Salah this season has not been smiling with anybody. Like, he's out and he knows why he's out. He's out to take charge.
That's the man
So how will he say, Abba?
That's the man who has almost
respect
converted.
yourself.
Who has almost converted.
Respect yourself. Oh, respect yourself. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the size of the program. Of course, we are just about to get started, but that's it. Of course, tonight there will be games, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Yesterday, did you expect the result that you saw? Did you expect Liverpool to win at that very, very wide margin? I'm very sure Oga Aminu himself and D1, they didn't expect that goal margin, but they thought Liverpool would win, but they didn't expect that goal margin. We'll go to other sports, and then we'll come back to football, and we'll open the phone lines, because tonight is the night. Happy Mary has already predicted that she thinks Liverpool will actually win the Champions League this season. That's what she's been saying since we got into the office today. So we'll wait to see. Do you agree with her? Or do you think, like Oga Aminu, Real Madrid are always, they know when to come to the game when everything gets tight? We don't know what to go. But first, let's go to the first part of the sports this evening. Tennis. Novak Djokovic has been knocked out of the Barcelona Open, which is ongoing, by a player who is ranked 140, Martin Klizan. Surprising, Djokovic is struggling to get himself back in form after the long spell out of injury. But were you surprised at this result? Of course, you mentioned the fact that Sharapova is out and she has lost the chance of getting her ranking back up. But then, more surprising here is Novak. Did he rush back too quickly, or did he stay out for too long?
I think the peculiarity of his own injury and also his own recovery process, I think it's also telling and it's also frustrating for him because Djokovic is a very competitive person and he plays very hard and always strains himself and pushes himself beyond. I think it's unfortunate. I mean, of course, they say one day bushmeat will catch the hunter, and it seems like that is the case right now. It's unfortunate that, you know, for the first time in a very long time, Djokovic is out of the top 10 in according to the ATP rankings, and to be beaten by a player that's ranked 140 is
it's embarrassment for a player of his pedigree.
But then it happens. These things happen. I mean, we've seen this happen all the time. Maybe it's just maybe this is his swan song. I mean, maybe that injury, maybe he still needs to go back. Maybe he needs to refine his game. Maybe he needs to even change up his game plan right now. I'm pretty sure he walked in thinking it was going to be a walkover.
Yeah.
But then, if anything, like tennis of last year, if it's taught us anything, nobody is a walkover. Nobody's a pushover. So it's the time for when giants, become, get slayed. Yeah. And it's also the time for peasants to rise up. So kudos to the player, and hopefully Djokovic. This is not the end. It's an unfortunate setback.
Just a face in his
There's still
career.
the Paris. I mean, the French Open is still around the corner. Yeah. There's so many.
The calendar is actually very, very loaded.
There's so many places for him to redeem himself.
Yes. All right, Ogaminu, I want to ask you as an athlete, not former now. I don't want to use the word former because you are still an athlete. I saw you playing tennis there, ping pong with Eda brother there. You were just smashing. You didn't even respect his age. You were just smashing the ball everywhere. And just like,
Ted, please don't put me into trouble.
No, I'm not putting you in trouble. No,
Eda
brother has been
listening to you now as you're talking.
No. The next game, you guys will play. He will actually help me by trying to knock you out, but trying to like you. Anyway, we're soon going to organize a tennis tournament in our new gym, so we'll see what Eda brother will do to you. This one is just using it for practice to get you. But Gabino, how soon should an athlete return to sport after injuries like this? We have a very crucial case on ground of Chamberlain, who was injured yesterday, and he has been ruled out of the World Cup. It's breaking news we have. He's not going to the World Cup with England. I wish Nigeria was in the same group with England. I don't know that that's my one, but anyway, even in Argentina, I think we have Aguero almost out. We're not very, very sure and all that. But should an athlete rush back after injury like this and get back immediately, or should it take more time? And should athletes change their doctors too? Djokovic, this has been a recurring situation with him, like what Bucci said. It's an A-list tennis player. I mean, he was number 3 at some point. He was even number 2 at some point. And now he's struggling. People are defeating him. He's rushed to come back. Like, should he have stayed longer? Waited a little bit more before returning?
Yes, thank you, Ted. It's actually not good for an athlete to rush back to play after an injury, most especially when he has a surgery. He comes back on the doctor's advice. Yes, but some players decide to rush to come back.
When they miss the sport for so long.
Yes,
sometimes.
Because they miss the sport for so long, or maybe they are missing some change and they don't want to, really get well before they come back to play. And this is exactly what happened to Eti Messin.
Yes, our legend.
Yes, Eti Messin. Eti Messin, Nigeria needed him to play in that World Cup after he was shot at Chicken George in Lagos.
Yes.
Precisely Adenuyi Ogunsoya.
Yes.
And it was just few weeks to the World Cup.
He needed to.
Yes.
He had to participate.
Yeah, he had to participate. So when they rushed,
and that was going to kill his career.
Yeah, that was what killed his career. You were even the person that ran into him in one of the airports.
Yes.
You saw the way he's walking.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Deformity
a shadow of himself.
Yes, deformity comes instantly after the career or thereabout. So it's not good for an athlete to rush back after injury or after surgery. He needs to take time and then rehabilitate himself. Then on doctor's advice, he can return to play. Yes.
Well, it's sad Djokovic out there. Of course, we link that with Alex Chamberlain, Liverpool player who got a knee injury yesterday, and of course he will not be at the World Cup. It has been confirmed. It just came on now. The BBC reports that Chamberlain will not be at the World Cup with England. It's so unfortunate that that's happened to such a player. He left Arsenal where Arsene Wenger is also about to leave, not because of injury, but technical sacking. Anyway, Arsenal fans do not like to hear that. Of course, we go to the WWE, and I'm going to Happy Mary now because the organizers of the wrestling competition have decided to stage a competition in Saudi Arabia without women. Mary doesn't like hearing that any sport that discriminates. I know Saudi Arabia, yes, they do have the issue. Sometimes extremists try to push things as if it's religion. It's not religion. It's just segregation. Yes, they are holding this competition, the WWE Royal Rumble, without a single female wrestler. And people are condemning it. Happy Mary, should this continue? Should the continual relegation of women to the backbench continue? As a sports journalist that you are, what would you tell them out there?
You know my stand on things when it comes to...
Is that microphone? I'm not sure, but could you please help check if it's on? It sounds like so that should be battery. Please, Mr. Monde, if you can get us battery for the microphone. It seems it's low. Okay, it's fine now. All right, great.
Yes, like I said, you know my take on things.
Yes.
When it comes to women doing different sports, like I am all for it all the way. Okay. I feel that gender equality should be patronized all over the world. It shouldn't just be in some parts of the world. And the fact that you're, hosting a game, boxing game, right? No. Wrestling game without invite women to wrestle. There are a lot of...
No, of course, we just... Yes. On this show, we spoke about John Cena and his girlfriend.
I know now, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
2 weeks to their wedding.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
They should have even invited her to go there.
You understand? So it's also... But I also respect their rules and regulation. And if that is how they want things being done, so far it works for their system, is okay.
But you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to... just to add to Happy Mary's point, that's exactly it's not a case of discrimination. I don't think when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Now, this is a country where, there's sort of the rules towards, towards women and women in sports.
Women being in public.
Exposure of women in public. Now, of course, WWE is a global event.
Don't forget that it was the Saudis who first initiated the issue of women even using hijab to play football.
No. See, that's the thing.
In terms of clothing, that is covered.
Look, that's the thing. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. We've seen these female wrestlers. You see what they wear. Yeah. Now, it's something that it will be
offensive to the
natives. And you want to host this competition there. It's just unfortunate that it's not a gender thing. It's not saying, oh, women can't do it. It's just, when in Rome, do as Romans do. And we must respect the people and their culture. And that's what it is. It's as simple as that. And, it's obvious that, the WWE is a global event and they're trying to touch all their fans around the world. And so, if you're going to sell your brand to a country that you
have to sell it well.
You must sell it well. You must package it to suit the like you said, the indigenous people, the locals, like you said.
Okay, this is the Stadium of Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting. My name is Ted. I'm joined in the studio by Oga Minu, Buchi, and Happy Mary. That here we'll switch straight into the world of football because there's a lot to talk about there. Of course, we'll open the phone lines to you. Feel free to call. What are your predictions for tonight's game? Real Madrid against Bayern Munich. Happy Mary has a lot to talk about that. Actually, since she came to work, she has been actually been screaming that Bayern Munich will take them and all that, but we don't know how that happened. The number to call is 081-8999-1011. Ogamino, yesterday something ugly happened again in terms of sports. There was a lot of there were conflicts. There were fights. In fact, one Liverpool fan right now is fighting for his life because according to police report, they say he was actually pinned down by some Roma fans outside Anfield and beaten with a belt. Some of these security belts that there were fans, they beat him up and he's injured and all that. Once again, we're seeing another Italian team getting involved in something ugly. Last time was against Real Madrid when Juventus played and threat messages being sent to Michael Oliver's wife, the referee that officiated that game and gave Real Madrid penalty at the end. And now yesterday it was the visiting fans from Rome. AS Roma has actually issued a statement to disclaim themselves from all those traveling fans that came to England to cause that problem. Is this not a dent on Italian football or on Italy as a country and Italian football? This is the second time this is happening in a week.
Yes, it's very, very bad. And I don't know if they've not been properly sanctioned
Yes.
or given a serious, how do I put it?
A warning.
Not
Or
really
even,
warning, but
ban.
yes, they should give them a serious ban.
Because as we speak,
Yes.
about 7 people were arrested. 2 have actually been detained by the Metropolitan Police in
yeah.
London, kept there
Yeah.
for being involved in that.
But the truth about it is, if they can get the people that
Mhm.
commit this crime, it's easier
My fear
to punish
is
them.
my fear
than
is that this is a
punishing the club as a whole.
yes.
You
This is
understand?
this is
Because
a,
the
this
club
is a,
has already come out clearly to
Disclaim-
disassociate
yes.
themselves with those fans. So if the police are able to get them, that is kudos.
this is a World Cup year, and we're seeing this build up to now.
Yeah,
The
violence
returning
in
leg.
football.
My fear is what will happen in Rome when Liverpool travels there. English fans they will be high before they travel, and based on what happened here, if this man doesn't really come out of this very serious, life-threatening injury, and Liverpool fans travel to Rome, we might see a very, very ugly situation in the Champions League that we don't expect. But we'll take a very short break for call to prayer, and when we come back, we are leaving the phone lines open. Of course, the lines have been blinking. We'll give you a chance to talk, and we'll talk about the game tonight. We have so many other issues to follow up, so do stay with us. This is Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting. We'll be right back shortly.
Allahu Akbar, Allah.
FM redefining broadcasting, and this is the stadium. My name is Ted. I'm being joined in the studio, the 101.1 million capacity stadium, by Uncle Aminu Ibrahim, by Buchi, and Happy Mary. The number to call to talk about sports this evening is 08189 991011. Of course, yesterday Liverpool had a massive game against Roma. They got it. A lot of things gone wrong with fights, violence, fans clashing. Somebody's in hospital, critical, and some people have been arrested. We're worried about what will happen in the return leg if due process is not taken and not considered. But tonight is Real Madrid up against Bayern Munich. Two big teams. Of course, it was on top of that head that Chelsea won the Champions League, the only time Chelsea won. But she doesn't like to hear that, but it's good to remind him that Chelsea managed to win against Bayern Munich. Of course, a lot is also happening at Arsenal. Replacement for Arsene Wenger. So Campbell says he's backing the return of Dennis Bergkamp. Of course, remember that very excellent player. He should come back to Arsenal to be a coach there at Arsenal. Some people have tipped Patrick Vieira. Some people are thinking Henry. We did a poll. We conducted a poll here on Human Rights Radio on the stadium, and of course, a lot of names came up, including Sunday Olise. Ogaminu, let's not go to Arsenal. Let's talk about this nice game. What's your take on tonight's game? Real Madrid, Bayern Munich.
I go with Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
What's giving you that confidence? You know, they are fighting to make sure that they're the only club that will win 3 times at a stretch.
Yeah, that's my reason. Real Madrid will do everything humanly possible to see they win, because this is their only chance to take it. To win it for keeps.
Because
they've already won twice.
Yes.
And they have the opportunity of winning it the third time.
Third time straight.
Come out full force to win. That's why I go with Real Madrid.
Somebody's here on the line. Let's find out who is here. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, this is a stadium on Human Rights Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Funchai. Yes, I'm caller.
Oh, great. We're glad to have you here to join the family. Please make your contribution.
Yes, I'm calling from Abacha Baraka here.
Okay.
Yes, I'm the only person in the prediction.
Okay. So what's your take on tonight's game?
I see Bayern
Munich will defeat Real Madrid today. Mary agrees with you completely. Hello, are you there? Hello, yes. I say Happy Mary agrees with you completely that tonight is Bayern Munich's night, not Real Madrid.
Yeah, I
Oh, your line is breaking. Maybe you should shift a little bit from where you are so that we can hear you clearly.
Okay. I see Bayern Munich carrying the day.
Okay, Bayern Munich carrying the day. Okay, give us a specific score line. Like how many goals? 6-1?
2-1.
2-1. Okay. All right. That's excellent. Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation this evening.
Okay, you're welcome.
08189991011. Buchi, what's your take on this matter before I go to Happy Mary, because she has a lot in her mind. I don't know her love for Bayern Munich. I don't know.
I mean, it's understandable, but I have to go with Real Madrid. Real Madrid this is their last chance. I mean, they've had a run. They've had a very shaky season. It seems like I mean, this
La
is
Liga,
the first
they are
time.
off it. I mean,
La Liga, they're off it. I mean, they're 15 points adrift from the leaders, and they're out of the Copa del Rey.
Yes.
This is their last shot at actually taking some silverware home, and so
and the only thing
I
that can
think
save Zidane actually.
exactly go big, go home. I'm going to give it to Real Madrid. They're going to play with everything they have.
Scoreline, Buchi.
2-1 in favor of Real Madrid.
2-1 in favor of Real Madrid. Happy Mary, you don't seem to agree. What's your thought for tonight? Bayern Munich, the Germans or the Spanish, or the Spaniards rather?
Well, I'm going to go with Bayern Munich, not because I feel they can beat them.
I know you have a crush on Arjen Robben. I do understand, even though he's an old man.
No. My crush is out of the league already, Lionel Messi. I'm loyal to the core.
Okay.
Even if he's out of the league, he has my heart on lockdown. Full time.
You're saying this in the presence of Ogamino.
Yes, Ogamino, don't be angry.
Okay.
Anyways, I know that Real Madrid have it in them, and I know they are going to give their best.
Yes.
But I just want them to lose. That's just the truth. But I believe that they have all it takes to win. But I want them to lose. So I'm not going to support them. I'm supporting Bayern Munich.
So Bayern Munich tonight, as
Yes.
long as Happy Mary is concerned,
Bam.
is Bayern Munich tonight. What are your thoughts? Who takes tonight, Real Madrid or Bayern Munich? Of course, you still have a chance to give us a call on 081-89-99-1011 as we begin to prepare to get out of the studio. But some breaking news that came from Manchester United, Ogamino, is that Mourinho has outrightly told Anthony Martial that he's no longer in his plan as a player. That probably he's going to leave at the end of the season. Is almost over. Manchester United is struggling to find their foot. In fact, the league is won already by Man City. Man U is struggling to see if they can actually end up in the top 4. Yes, as it looks, it is possible for Liverpool and Tottenham to even cross them. It's very, very possible. And then, is it the right time for him to tell a player that, see, guy, me and you, not the go. Like, this is outright sacking. Make you walk out, come out. Why is Mourinho always looking for trouble any club he goes to?
Yeah, it's very, very wrong. Even as at yesterday that we were on the program with Bucci,
Yes, sir.
he just said he was going to sack all the players and he will continue with only 7 players.
7 players.
How can you say that?
How will the
when
remaining
league
players
is
give you their
there?
best?
How will they give you their best?
Somebody's on the line, so let's pick this call before we come back to the studio. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, this is the Stadium on Human Rights Radio. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Yusuf. I'm from Abuja, from Malabar.
Yusuf from Malaraba. How is Malaraba today?
It's fine, fine.
Okay, would they talk football? What team be your contribution for this program?
My contribution is for Bayern Munich. I give to Bayern Munich.
Oh, so Happy Mary has a supporter now. Bayern Munich will win tonight.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Yusuf, for calling. Yeah, that's somebody else supporting Happy Mary. Buchi, is this destructive for a club, for Mourinho to have this attitude? He has done it everywhere. He knows how to divide the team into 2, players loyal to him and those who are probably against him or something. And then he won, like what Ogaminu said, it's wrong timing. But what could have been his reasons? Martial is a good player, but I don't know.
I mean, this is classic Mourinho. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jose Mourinho. He's one of, I think he's one of my favorite managers, period. But this is classic Mourinho. This is what he does in every club that he has managed. He does this. What he doesn't. I think it's more to his own design, to his own plan.
Yes.
He wants it to his own plan. It doesn't matter how much you were bought for, how good you are, and to be honest, I think for someone like Martial, for him to leave, most times all these players that tend to be sold off by Mourinho go to better clubs and make better. Become better players,
All the players is sold away from Chelsea are the top players in that club.
Exactly. Now they're the
Look
top
at Kevin
players.
De Bruyne,
So
look at
to me, to be
Lukaku,
honest,
look
if
at-
I was someone like Martial at that point and they say, "Look, I'm going to sell you. I don't need you," I'll be kicking. I'll be thrilled. I'll be like, "Yes, maybe finally my game is going to improve in another club." Sometimes it's better to be a king in a small kingdom than to be a peasant in a big kingdom. So I think it's classic Mourinho. This is what he does. I think it's just going to be interesting to see how Man U moves on, from next season. What if he's selling off Martial? What is his plan? How's he going to restructure this club? Will Man U come back, better or worse? So the board will give him that free hand.
Yeah.
Now it's now up to him to deliver.
It's up to Mourinho to deliver according to Bucci, and I think that's our take-home word for today. We'll see what he will do without this very young player. He's a very young player. I thought a coach is supposed to have the responsibility of training the player, making the player better. But Mourinho wouldn't do that. He knows how to buy ready-made. You go to a bar and bring what will serve for what will work for him. Anyway, this has been the Stadium on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting. Ogamino, thank you very much for coming on the program this evening. Thank you, Happy Mary, for being here.
Thank you, Ted.
And Bucci, thanks for
Pleasure.
being here on the Stadium. Until tomorrow again when the Stadium returns at the same time, please keep faith with us. The next program is a posh lady herself. Of course, she doesn't come with anything light. She'll come with a very, very big package, including okpa, which she did cook. If you want to eat okpa that has more inside and cake, please wait for the next program because she'll be right here as we step out of the studio. Until tomorrow again, this is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting. Thank you very much for being with us. My name is Ted. We're out.
My people, una lazy, eh?
No, we no lazy.
My people, are you lazy? people, are you lazy?
No, we are not lazy.
Are you lazy?
No, we are not lazy.
Are you lazy?
No, we are not lazy.
My people, my people, una dey hear me? Are you lazy?